everybody. Welcome to Pop Culture Fuck, Marry, Kill. We're your hosts. I'm Brandy Johnson.
And I'm Kristen Gunn.
Every episode, we break down the good, the best, and the absolute trash in pop culture, and we decide which one is our fuck, marry, or our kill of the week.
As you guys know, we are never fuck, marry, or killing people because we're classy ladies. We are fuck, marry, and killing all the stuff we consume way too much of.
It's the classic game you know and love, but this time it has a little pop culture twist.
So, Brandy, before we get into it, do we have any follow-ups or calls?
Yes, both.
I don't have any follow-ups, so give me your follow-ups.
Okay. My first follow-up is a couple episodes back. I talked about Padma Lakshmi's Taste the Nation on Hulu, a travelogue Sheppy show that you were going to overlook until I had told you how good it was. It's possible you've still overlooked it. That's okay. I'm here to tell you that it was renewed for a second season at Hulu. So if you listened to the pod and you thought, I should really give that a shot, I definitely would, because it was good enough to get renewed, and I agree with that decision wholeheartedly. So here.
And it's also always easier to get into a show when you know there's going to be more, you know?
Totally. Yeah, so the proof is in the pudding. So recommend that. Looking forward to that. And then my second follow-up, I will temper with potential spoilers depending on your answer to this question. Have you finished Teenage Bounty Hunters?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so no spoilers.
No, you can spoil. It's okay. You can spoil. Unless like I see dead people. If it's I see dead people, then don't spoil.
I'm not going to spoil it because I think Teenage Bounty Hunters had one of the absolute best premiere season finales of any show I've seen. That's like an original streaming show, but also it rivals a lot of season enders for established and new shows. It was so much fun, and I was just like on the floor happy with the finale, and I cannot wait for you to get there. And if my recollection of how much I love Teenage Bounty Hunters in the last episode wasn't enough to convince you listeners to watch it, may this be a even heartier recommendation, because that finale blew my socks off. So
okay, I actually have found myself just watching reruns of Bob's Burgers, so I haven't since we last spoke on the pod about this, I haven't even dipped back in, so I will jump back in with both feet today.
Oh, yes, and then text me as soon as you're done.
Yep.
Okay, so you don't have any follow-up, so we do have one call I'm going to play now.
Hi, Bo here, calling with a forever kill. I just like a streaming service that makes you enter your email address and password on the login screen instead of giving you that like streamingservice.com/activate screen. You have to do it and like look up on your password manager what your password is. And your password is just like wrong password, and then you gotta do the caps lock and the shift and the special characters and all that crap. It sucks. There shouldn't be any streaming services for your email address and password. It should always be like activate links. Okay.
Yeah. The one that comes to mind for me is any of the online HBO iterations. If you don't watch within a certain amount of days, it auto logs you out. And I find that really annoying. And it's not that many days. I'm going to say it's like 3. That's very annoying to me.
Yeah, I'm, first of all, always appreciate a forever kill. We all have some. So thanks, caller, for sharing that with us. And I will wholeheartedly agree. I think, especially, we have an Apple TV, and I don't know if ours is just janky or what. It's not even that old. I think it's maybe a year old. Or maybe this is everyone's experience with that. But like, particularly the Hulu app. So actually, maybe it's a Hulu problem because Hulu sucks. Theirs logs us out completely arbitrarily, constantly. And like, my email is not crazy long, but it's like kind of long, and then the password is complicated and long, and it's always a huge pain in the ass to have to do that. My password is mayonnaise rules 24/7 in case anyone was wondering. So as you can imagine, it's a huge pain in the ass to type.
And it's factually incorrect.
To you, but not to me. Anyway, so yeah, I will kill that also. Great call. Yeah, why can't we all get on the same train with that? Also, that was kind of a departure. It was sort of a left field kill, but tangentially related to pop culture nonetheless. So appreciate the call.
Yeah. Do you have a forever, a thought adjacent forever kill for me would be, I just hate the Hulu UI in general. Like 100%. It is the worst. Like I could tell that it's like, well, we want to be different than Netflix, but Netflix is just great. So it's like, why not just make it great too? It's like a fucking wheel is effective, but now we're going to add all of these fucking spikes to it to make it different from the wheel. And then it's not as good of a wheel.
Yeah. I think Disney Plus's UI is closer to the way Netflix has their setup, and it works fine for the most part. But yeah, I think Hulu is absolute trash, rivaled only by the Amazon Prime streaming app, which is worse than Hulu.
Oh, no, completely agree. Any streaming service that doesn't give me the fucking thumbnail of the thing I stopped watching and walked away, and then I've come back like as the first option, like, what are you fucking thinking? Like, Amazon is the fucking worst. Like, you have to go to the sub-basement of hell to find the thing that you stopped watching midway through, and you just want to like pick it back up. It's like, I don't fucking care about Carnival Row. Just show me Miss Maisel. I was rewatching it. I want to watch the episode. Just gimme.
Yeah, and I will also say Hulu has tried to make updates, but Amazon has basically been exactly the same for like forever. And I think they're just like, well, we don't have to change. It's trash, but people still use it, and that makes me even more mad. So yeah,
I don't think the streaming services understand your show can be good, and I'm not going to watch it if I don't like the UI of your system. You know?
Sure. Like, do you know how many weird things I clicked on Disney Plus just because it was easily served to me? And I was like, well, sure, I want to watch Justin Long host a show about making stuff in shop class. Why not? Where's he been?
I was thinking Justin Guarini.
Oh, I mean, look, if it had a pleasant thumbnail and the overall topic was cute enough for me to click on it and it was served to me very easily, I probably would have fucking clicked on a Justin Guarini thing. I mean,
yeah. Cool.
Anyway, good call as always. Okay, so that takes us to our FMKs. So Kristen, I'm going to go to you first. What are you fucking this week?
Okay, so I decided to make this a theme week.
Oh, so you did not discuss this with me, which is interesting.
Oh, are you going to have a theme too?
No, I just like themes.
Oh, I mean, like, did we, accidentally wear the same Oscar dress to this podcast? The themes are movie trailers. So my fuck, marry, and kill will all be related to movie trailers.
Okay, I love it. And also can't wait to talk about something else later on my list.
So I'm just going to cold open with my movie trailers, or for this one anyway. I'm going to cold open with my fuck, and then we'll talk about why I want to fuck it in a minute.
So we are now 15 days before a presidential election, and we have to go through 347,000 emails to determine if one of the candidates in that election needs to be indicted.
Russia. We think they're trying to sabotage Secretary Clinton's campaign.
How?
Never spend much time on Facebook.
Hours to go before the polls begin to close.
Wisconsin, you see the lead? This is a sweep.
Director Comey.
The networks have all called it for Trump.
Okay, so This is a trailer for the Comey Rule, which is based on the book that James Comey wrote after he was quit, fired, whatever, from the Trump administration. And what I want to fuck about it is Brendan Gleeson, who is a national treasure, is one of the best actors, living actors of our time, plays Donald Trump, and Jeff Daniels plays James Comey. Holly Hunter plays Sally Yates. So there's like an all-star cast, but Brendan Gleeson as Donald Trump is pitch perfect casting, but also kind of like in this weird way, like fucking hilarious. Because, we've gotten used to the casting of Alec Baldwin as Donald Trump on SNL, and really every other impersonation of Donald Trump kind of parodies Alec Baldwin in the same way that Tina Fey's Sarah Palin, like you can't get away from that, right? I don't think you can get away from the Alec Baldwin Donald Trump, but Brendan Gleeson, because he's such an amazing actor, like it's like this fucking weird, like he looks kind of gross, like he's wearing a Mike Myers-esque Donald Trump mask, but then also like he has the voice down. And so it is all these weird things in my brain. And really, ultimately, what it makes me want, and this is what I want to fuck, I want, in the same way that Heidi Klum did a Halloween costume that was clones of herself, if I were a billionaire, I would pay all of these actors, Alec Baldwin and Donald Gleeson, to come to my Halloween party post-COVID, all dressed as Donald Trump clones. And it would just make my life. And hopefully by that point, Donald Trump will be in jail. So that's my fuck. Incidentally, I'm medium about the show. I don't know that I'll watch it. It's airing on Showtime on September 27th. But the whole thing is just like falling down the wormhole of mindfuck.
So first of all, I love the idea that Donald Gleeson is almost definitely probably going to win an Emmy for playing Donald Trump, and he's not even from here. So let me just say that. Secondly, although this plays out exactly beat for beat for what we know from the news, like, normally I would be like, this trailer shows too much and I don't even need to watch it. It's like, well, I don't need to watch it because I already watched it. Happen in real time. This movie has everybody. I am so pumped. It's got Stamper from House of Cards. I don't remember his name. Something Kelly, maybe. Donald Gleeson. It's got fucking Holly Hunter. It's got Jeff Daniels. I mean, it's just amazing. But you know what? I'm probably not going to watch it because it's on Showtime and I don't have Showtime. So. Really good pick though. The mind fuckery that's going on in the costuming with Donald Gleeson is, Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson.
I keep saying his son, who is also a national treasure, even though he's not from here. He's a worldly global treasure. Brendan Gleeson. Yeah.
Wait. What? Record scratch. Donald Gleeson is Brendan Gleeson's son?
Yes. One of the more famous redhead actors currently employed in Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense because they both are gingers and they're British. But like in the same way that Donald Glover is not Danny Glover's son, I just didn't,
sure.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so
now you know.
But fun fact, I am actually James Gunn. You've never seen us both in the same room at the same time.
It's true. I keep waiting for her to unzip her energy mask, but we haven't gotten that far yet.
Brandy, what is your fuck of the week?
Okay, so my fuck of the week is something that is so wild, and it's a documentary that I watched called Boys State. I'm going to play the trailer here.
I will skip the part where I brag for 3 minutes about how great and cool I am, seeing as we are all qualified young men of skill and character. People like that stuff. Sounds good, yeah. People like that stuff a lot.
Some people say they're a sports junkie. I say I'm a politics junkie.
The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph.
I'm playing this like a game. I would like very much to win. I love it, boys. I love it. Where you from?
I come from a very modest family.
I'm on the course to be the first one to graduate from high school.
I'm a progressive person, and I'm in a room full of mostly conservative people.
Our masculinity shall not be infringed.
I've never seen so many white people ever. I feel like everybody has a secret underlying need for bipartisanship.
A message of unity, as good as it sounds, is not winning any elections.
I have so many questions.
So, Boy State, there's some on-screen text in the trailer, but Boy State is essentially, it happens in a lot of states, but this documentary from A24 and Apple TV Plus is particularly about the Boy State that happens in Texas, but it's sort of like a week-long sleepaway camp for teenage boys to go and learn about how Texas does government, so they can be part of and create a platform for a political party, and then they can run for different offices, with the biggest one being governor, and that sort of happens at the tail end of the camp. There's about 1,100 boys that go every year, and the reason it's my fuck is because, first of all, I think it's a really well-made documentary. Like, it is very, very well made. It's excellent. But it also just like made me feel so many feels. And part of the time I was scared and part of the time I was happy. And it's a wild ride. And trigger warning if you hate teenage boys and are also sort of bothered by the uber conservative crowd, because if you thought that this kind of camp in Texas wouldn't be tinged by the uber conservative slant, you would be wrong. But what is interesting about it is that, you know, in the worst view of this documentary, you could say, you know, it's almost crazy how early politics come into the lives of young people, especially in the US, and how cynical and parrot-like these kids can be. You know, you have kids spouting off things about fighting for masculinity and fighting for pro-life and fighting for your gun rights. And it's like, you like still have your mom buy jeans for you at Old Navy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But it's, you can tell a lot of it is just sort of parroted back in this very creepy kind of way, because some of those kids are super smart and they totally know what they're talking about. And some of those kids 100% don't, and were sent there by their parents and they just wish they were anywhere else. You know, like the kids who like just went to play the tuba, they don't really care about like the politics side of things. And I cannot say enough how much it just, I'm so grateful that I'm not a teenager anymore or in this time. In the best view though, you know, you can kind of see that like not every kid isn't super nihilistic and has their head up their ass. Not every kid goes, oh, well, politics is a game, and like if I have to lie to win, then I'm going to lie to win because that's how it really works. It's true, but like it's horrifying to see these kids who are like 16 and 17 understand and then play the game so wickedly because they know that's how they will win. There is a really good side of it. Like there is hope for the next generation. They follow a couple of key kids that go, and some of them are like pretty doinky and exactly what you'd expect. Some of them are fucking ruthless trash, and I'm just like, how did you even get to be like this at your age? There's one guy who, I think it shows it in the trailer, he has a collection of like action figures of presidents, and his favorite is Ronald Reagan, and he's the kid who at some point in the documentary like deifies and idolizes things that Ben Shapiro says, and I'm just like, oh, this is too much. But there is a nice side of things. You can see that some of the kids don't play that way. They want to say what they believe. They want people to believe what they believe, and they believe in good, and they come from hardworking places and understand that if you work hard, you can go far. And in the best view, I think that's a really nice takeaway. But It's absolutely fascinating. I cannot recommend it enough. And now all I really want to see, they do Girl State also. They have separate boy state and girl state, and it's, you know, sort of genderfied for, I don't know why, because it would be cool to have everybody in one place, to see how they interact in this kind of environment and come up with platforms together. But now I just want to see the girl state version. I just want to see how girls act, because if it's really weird to watch these groups of guys sort of like, ooh, 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 and like throw these flags up and like talk about guns, which is just like this crazy nightmare scape that you can't get out of. I really want to see how girls handle this at the same age. So maybe that'll be a follow-up, you know, later. But Boys State, it's on Apple TV Plus for free if you have that. It's excellent.
Yeah, when I first started watching this trailer just now, I was almost certain before they reveal what the boys are descending on the Capitol for, I was like, oh, it's going to be anti-abortion tweens and teens. Like I was like almost certain that's what it was going to be. I think it's worth stating we both live in Austin where this takes place. I've never heard of this. Like there's a drone shot of the 1,100 boys marching down Congress Avenue to the Capitol, and like what?
Scary.
When is that happening? Yeah, no, I'm totally going to watch this. I'm going to try to watch it tonight because I'm intrigued. And I like that it's very clear they don't just shit on them, right? Like they're not just making a parody. This is a complex portrayal, which I think anyone can appreciate. So hopefully they didn't burn their bridges with the, you know, whatever organization puts this on so they can do the girl version. Because, yeah, I think that would be great to see, too. So.
Yeah. So highly, highly recommend.
Good fuck, Brandy.
Thank you. Okay, Kristen, what are you marrying this week?
Okay, so my marry this week is also a movie trailer, going along with the movie trailer theme. And it is I've been watching a lot of trailers recently because we're not getting the actual movies. And this I lift up as the most fun lady empowerment movie post Mulan, because we've already established how much I'm excited for Mulan, but post Mulan that will be coming out preeminently. Spoiler alert, it's not Wonder Woman 1984. Watch that trailer. It was medium to me. Also, spoiler alert, it wasn't Black Widow, because that was also medium to me. It was this gem.
I think I know what it is.
Now, where to begin? My mother named me Enola, which backwards spells alone. And yet, we were always together. And it was wonderful. She was my whole world. Which leads me on to the second thing you need to know. A week ago, I awoke. Mother? To find that my mother was missing, and she did not return. I'm presently on the way to collect my brothers, Mycroft and Sherlock. Yes, Sherlock Holmes. The famous detective, my genius brother. He will have all the answers.
Enola.
Where's your hat and your gloves?
Well, I have a hat. Just makes my head itch. And I have no gloves.
My God.
A wild woman brought up a wild child. Who will make her acceptable for society?
She seems intelligent.
There are two paths you can take, Enola. Yours, or the path others choose for you.
It is time to find my mother. The game is afoot.
So I'll let you talk about it, but I will not make this one of my marries because it was going to be one of my marries. So Kristen, take the floor.
We can have a group marriage. I'm totally okay with that. And I'll let you have your own side piece too later on. So it's a Netflix movie that's coming out. It's called Enola Holmes, and it stars Millie Bobby Brown and Helena Bonham Carter and Sam
Yeah, I basically like to just say Sam clap, just like you did, because nobody knows how to say his name.
Great. And Henry Cavill.
And it's Cavill, Henry Butthead Cavill.
Buttchin.
Yeah.
But I'm not complaining. He's got a great head. This movie looks so good, and also the trailer is amazing. And then I was like so super excited, and then you get to the part in the trailer where they start playing a classical version of Hole's "Make Me Over" or whatever the song's called, and then it like busts into the rock version, and my heart just swelled, and I could not be more excited to watch this Netflix film.
Me either. I really wanted to shit on this when I heard about it, and like would have bet $1,000 that it was going to be trash. But this trailer, like, this is why I love movie trailers so much. This is a trailer that reminds me that like there are people's whole jobs that is just to make a great kick-ass movie trailer, and it is not easy. This movie looks fucking bomb. It looks fucking fun. I'm here or there on Millie Bobby Brown, but I think maybe this could change my mind to really like her. I don't think Stranger Things is the best vehicle for her at this point anymore, but also it has Fiona Shaw in it, who is Carolyn in Killing Eve, and also a British national treasure, and her from Harry Potter also. And yeah, like I can't wait to watch this, and I hope it's as good as the trailer.
Yeah, it comes out September 23rd on Netflix. I think it's worth juxtaposing this versus Dickinson, which is also kind of the period punky adaptation of a classical story, and that was with Haley Steinfeld on was it Disney Plus or Apple TV?
It was Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, one of the pluses, and that just looked like a big old dirty butthole to me, and so
yeah,
like this could have gone that way too, and the fact that it didn't, or it hasn't, at least in the trailer, gives me a lot of hope.
Yes, same. I had the exact same thought. Yeah, can't wait. Good pick.
All right, Brandy, what else are you marrying this week?
So I am also marrying a movie trailer. I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to play it here, and it is for a little movie called Ammonite.
Miss Annie, I've often heard your reputation discussed in the Geographical Society in London.
Is there something you wanted, sir?
My wife, she hasn't been at all well of late. She suffers from melancholia. I want her to walk the shoreline with you, learn from you.
I'm not looking for an apprentice.
I would pay a premium for a private audience.
It's not easy work.
Don't like the water. What is it?
Cheap tourist fodder.
Beautiful.
It pleases me you struck up a friendship together.
What is it? Something? Nothing?
Don't want to go back to the life I had before you.
What about my life?
Oh, that looks so good.
So Ammonite is a movie that stars Kate Winslet and Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse Ronan. And they play lesbians, but more importantly, Kate Winslet plays a lesbian paleontologist in like olden times. And if that sentence isn't enough to just sign you the fuck right up, I don't know what is.
Olden times, like Victorian England, it looks like.
like a really long time ago. And she is a paleontologist, just trying to sort of make a way and make a name for herself. And Saoirse Ronan sort of comes into her life and they fall in love. But obviously it's fraught, as those relationships always are. Anyway, this, like, watching movie trailers is one of my favorite things, like it is for you. And we've been in such a dry spell that when this sort of came up in my feed, I was like, oh, like this is a real movie and I want to see this real movie. And it just made me have a lot of feels and I can't wait to watch it. And yeah, there's nothing about it that I'm not excited about and just want to hug. And yeah, can't wait.
When do we get this treat? And where do we get it?
Great cue. I think this is one that it's still up in the air, like where it's gonna go, like because it was gonna be a theater release, and it didn't have a date attached to it. So, but I'm sure it will, at least in some form or fashion, come out this year, so it can be Oscar worthy for next year. But we'll pass along details.
Whoa. What a thin Oscars we're going to have this year. Wow.
I know.
Like, do you want to quick make a movie, Brandy? Because I want an Oscar.
If any year was our year, it's this one.
I mean, a win's a win, whether you're competing against thousands of movies or tens of movies.
That's right. That's right. Who knows? Maybe Enola Holmes stands a chance.
No, it's on Netflix. The Academy's never going to fucking give an Oscar to Netflix.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, I mean, Roma was nominated. I mean, it came to like 4 theaters. I guess they could do the same thing, but yeah.
Yeah, but not until Steven Spielberg's dead and gone.
Yeah, totally.
I'm trying to think what's the joke. They'll pry the Oscars out of his cold, dead hands. Are you ready for my kill?
Yeah, I'm waiting with bated breath, and I only hope that it's what I think it is.
Oh, I bet you could guess because it's also a movie trailer. You want to guess?
Is it the same as my kill, which is the Batman?
It is.
Yes!
So if you want a little auditory taste of that, here it is.
You're becoming quite a celebrity. Why is he writing to you?
If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
If you're a big fan of the pod, you know we love to shit on Robert Pattinson because he's the worst, just like Kristen Stewart. They're both just kind of the dregs of celebrities that have turned into megastars that I don't understand. This movie looks like a joke. This movie looks like a parody. Like in the whatever Batman where Cillian Murphy plays the Scarecrow and he says the Batman, and like I love Cillian Murphy, but when he said that in the movie theater, like people laughed at that line. Nothing against Cillian Murphy. I thought he was actually probably the scariest Batman villain that has ever been because
in a while.
Yeah, it was super scary. But they named the movie The Batman, which seems like a fucking joke. And Robert Pattinson looks constipated with like Marlon Brando jowls. And I have no interest in seeing this. I also think it's really funny that in the trailer they try to make it seem like it's some mystery that the bad guy, like who's the bad guy? It's fucking Zoe Kravitz, but they're like trying to make her look like a man so that there's some reveal that like this terrorist is, you know, a woman. And I just find that very insulting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna try to whip out a different kill because like this was so fast to my K that like as soon as I saw it, I was like, set it on fire. I just like, for all the reasons you said, +1. I just can't believe we're doing this again. Like everything should have stopped after The Dark Knight, that sort of original latest recent original trilogy, because it was perfection. And this trailer, I watched it and I was like, oh, okay, so we're like trying to do the Joker thing, but for Batman, and I hate it so much I can hardly verbalize it. Like, am I supposed to believe that Robert Pattinson is a believable Bruce Wayne? Because I definitely don't think that as he's playing his best Tobey Maguire emo Spider-Man and Spider-Man 3 version of Batman. Like, we've also seen that. I don't believe him as this character. I don't believe him as somebody who fights crime and is like a vigilante. He does not strike fear into my heart if I were a criminal. Like, nothing about him as this role is believable to me. And then just like on top of that, it's just like this trailer looks like a fucking student-made joke. And also, I cannot believe we are doing this again. Are you trying to say that there is nothing else original that we can possibly make besides giving Robert Pattinson a Batman? Fuck that.
I read this little known history anecdote, and I'll get the details wrong, but it was about a woman who sold soap in, let's say, Victorian France. And the soap was actually poisoned so that women could kill their abusive husbands. And so when you'd go in, you'd ask for this special type of soap, and then slowly over a period of months, you could poison your husband and kill him, and people would think it was a heart attack. And she did this for like 20 or 30 years, and this was a way of like saving women's lives from their fucking abusive husbands because they didn't have any other options until she basically gets caught, and then she's punished and tortured to death, right? That is a movie I want to see made. I don't need another fucking Batman with a mediocre actor.
Is The Soap Murderer a movie that we can make and try to win an Oscar in 2021?
Cancel all our plans. I'm coming over.
Fuck yeah, let's fucking do that.
Great.
So yeah, I mean, that's just 2 Batmans with 1 stone. We both want to kill Robert Pattinson, the Batman. Okay, so those were our FMKs. Kristen, do you have any honorable mentions?
I do. I have one honorable mention. This is going to break my trailer theme for the week, but I feel like I can shoehorn it in an honorable mention. So don't give 2 shits about Dancing with the Stars, but I am totally here for a very special lady to America that is in talks to be part of Dancing with the Stars. Brandy, did you know that Carol Baskins may be on the next season of Dancing with the Stars?
No. What? No, that's impossible. That is impossible.
And I really hope that like one of her theme dances is like her with a dummy dead body. Like, because, or like her in a tiger suit also would be amazing. Like, you know, that's going to happen. The dummy thing's probably too edgy, but.
No, that'll be her like premiere outfit will be like tiger print. She'll like come out and they'll be like, and Carol Baskin, and she's got tiger print on. That will be her thing.
Right. But like if one of them was like her dead husband that she definitely didn't murder, then.
Oh man. This makes me mad. And I want to move on from it because I'm upset by it.
Okay, well, do you have any honorable mentions, Brandy?
I do. My first one is something that is one of the most bizarre things I've ever witnessed, and is a little thing called Willy Wonka TikTok, and I want to know if you've heard anything about it.
Nope.
So there's this guy who he started doing these videos on TikTok where he's dressed as the, I can't even talk. He's dressed as the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka. But he does like the sexy poses and like thirsty dances, and like it's really disturbing. But when I came across it, somehow I lost my absolute goddamn mind because it was the weirdest, funniest thing I've ever seen. The video that Kristen just watched is him dressed as Willy Wonka, but like his thing is that he like wears the outfit, the wig, the glasses, the hat, and the jacket, but like he's oftentimes shirtless underneath, and he is doing like a grinding kind of dance to Akon, and I just it's too much. I can't handle it, and it brought me a lot of joy, and so I had to share it with somebody else.
I mean, it's funny, but also has like a distinct like Buffalo Bill basement like peen tuck vibe.
Oh, you're not wrong. And honestly, I wanted to share it with you because I was afraid that after I watched it, it was like The Ring and I was going to die 7 days later. So like now you've seen it and you will be with me wherever we end up for watching Willy Wonka TikTok. Kristen, do you have any other honorable mentions?
That is it.
Okay, I have one, which is somehow this slipped out of my brain. Did you know that Fargo is coming back for a 4th season?
Maybe I knew that and then the world exploded. I feel like that sounds familiar, but also I'm not, yay. I'm super excited.
Yeah, so like we must have known about it before the world fell apart, and then it just like completely fell off the radar. But I saw a commercial for it on FX last night or the night before, and I was like, hold the phone. It's got Jason Schwartzman, Chris Rock, Timothy Olyphant, many other people, but like that fucking cast and that fucking show, it comes out on FX on September 27th. And if it keeps up with the track record of the other seasons, you can guarantee that it's probably going to be my fuck or my marry after it comes out. So I just wanted to share that if anybody else forgot or didn't know, Fargo is coming back to us, thank goodness.
Super. September is going to be a real heavy hitter month for
I think
us.
so.
I'm excited that this long national nightmare that is us not having enough media to consume is coming to an end.
Yes.
Hot take though, I didn't like the last season as much as the others.
No, the 3rd season was not as strong. The one with Ewan McGregor playing twins.
Yeah,
no, that one was not as strong. Seasons 1 and 2, I think, are perfection. Season 3 was a letdown.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed, this is on the up and up. So that's it for this week. Did we miss your favorite or least favorite thing? Give us a call and let us know. We love to hear your voices. Tell us what your F, your M, or your K is. Give us a cool prompt or a question about streaming service logins. Whatever it is, we want to hear from you. Our phone number is 805-628-BOOP. That's 805-628-2667. Leave us a voicemail and we might just play it on the show.
And that is a wrap. Thanks for listening, guys. If you don't already, please be sure to subscribe to Pop Culture FMK on Instagram and Twitter. And check us out at popculturefmk.com. And beyond that, tell one friend about the podcast this week. We're an exclusive fun little club, and we want maybe just a couple more members on our 3-hour tour.
That's right. Thank you, guys. We love you. Stay safe. Black Lives Matter. Bye.
Bye.